For all who comes to this goofy place, welcome.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here on the Goofy Scoop podcast. It's going to be episode 3, and we have a guest today, and it is a return guest, Mike Scholl, back with us. He was in season 1, the only other season that we have. But yeah, later in the season, now he's back with us earlier in this next season. Mike, how's it feel to be back on the Goofy Scoop podcast, and how have you been?
I'm feeling the love. It's great. So
Feeling the love.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, no problem, dude. We're glad to have you back. As soon as you got off the show, I remember Gray and I, after you left the chat, we were like, Mike did a really good job, and he had so many notes. Like he was like more ready than we
prepared.
were for that episode.
100% super prepared, and Jeff and I had nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't want to sound like a total idiot, so I was very nervous. So
no, you sounded like the total opposite.
It went well.
Did a great job, and then we're gonna do a great job today as well. So interesting. I got to throw it in here because I got to give you credit too for you wanting to be on the Goofy Scoop as well. Mike is actually in Japan right now, and it's like 7 a.m. for him, and it's like 5:30 or almost 6 o'clock for me, and I'm Central Time, United States. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of cool because Mike's like, I want to be on it, but I will be in Japan, so I just had to throw that in there. However, yeah, so the topic today is going to be this or that, obviously Disney edition. And I'm going to go ahead and get it kicked off. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a short list of about 10 to 15 things that we're either going to be like, all right, pick this or that, basically. Very easy. Gray has a list. Mike has a list. Mine is just going to be kind of like overall Disney. Gray is going to be attraction-based, more so attraction-based. And then Mike is going to have quick services in specifically Magic Kingdom. So I'm going to go ahead and get my list going. We'll all three go around. We'll give our answers and kind of give a short discussion on why we exactly chose one of the two out of my list. How's that sound, guys? Sound pretty good?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. All right, so guys, for my this or that list, number 1, when it goes to the Magic Kingdom, would you prefer taking the monorail or the ferry boat?
Ferry boat, 100%, hands down. It's the best view in all of Disney World.
I think I'm gonna have to go ferry boat too. However,
okay,
whatever line is shorter.
True.
I do get that. Yeah, if I'm in a hurry, it is whichever line is shorter. However, if I do choose, I think I'm gonna have to make it just all around in this episode, just ferry boat, because I prefer the ferry boat.
100%.
I don't know why. I prefer the monorail when it comes to Epcot, but ferry boat for sure for Magic. I don't know what it is. It's just about like just cruising over the water, just getting closer and closer to the castle, I think.
I think Gray said it best. It's got a good view of like the castle and of the park in general.
All right, so that first question was super easy.
Next, check.
Yep. All right, so number 2, guys, did you prefer the name in MGM Studios, or are you guys okay with the name Disney's Hollywood Studios?
At first, I liked MGM more, and I was sad to see it go. But like as time goes on, I feel like Disney's Hollywood Studios makes more sense.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I was about to say, there for the longest time too. I think it was like the next 3 vacations. I was like, man, I can't wait to go to MGM Studios. I'm like, I got to correct myself. It's Hollywood Studios. But I think I'm going to have to agree as well. So I think this might be a pretty easy list. I think we might all be on the same wavelength today.
Next.
Because I'm going to have to go Disney's Hollywood Studios as well. Next. Okay, guys. So number 3, do you guys prefer, when it comes to the 2 festivals at Epcot, would you prefer the Food and Wine Festival or the Flower and Garden Festival?
Food and wine.
Never been to Flower and Garden, so I have to say by default Food and Wine.
Okay.
I just like the food better. It's just good.
So what makes the food better though?
Because it's a
For the
food
people that don't know.
festival. It's literally about the food.
True. Man, that's a tough one for me because I was like, man, I really need to add like some deep thoughts in here and like think about my experiences with both of them. And like crazily enough, I think I have to go with Flower and Garden just because of certain selections that I've had in the past. Like I can't remember like the name of the dishes or of the drinks, but I remember having better food at Flower and Garden. So I think I might have to go against you guys on that one.
Fight me. go.
Next.
Next.
Okay. So when it comes to parking lots at Disney parks, would you rather walk or take the tram?
Easy. The parking lot tram for sure. Unless I'm like super close and I can walk, but I just really enjoy like listening to the people talk on the tram. And the
Yeah,
lady's like, permaniscus sentados, blah 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 blah.
I would
Yeah.
say the tram too. The further away you are, especially like getting off your feet for a few minutes is definitely nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. See, maybe I'm just weird, but I take that as an opportunity to get a warm up. So unless like if I'm with a group of people and we want to take the tram, like majority rules, I'll take the tram. But I'll more than likely I'll just walk in there. Like especially if I'm way in the back and like going into Magic, I'll still just walk unless it's like raining or something.
I like
But
the
yeah.
jokes that the parking lot people say. If
Yeah,
you
I was
lose
about to say
something on
those
the
are pretty
tram, be
good.
like Elsa and just let it go. And then tell the nearest parking attendant at the end of where you might have dropped your item.
And see, I think
But
it
they are
almost is like
very
a certain.
witty.
Yeah, they are very witty. And I think it's almost a certain energy too. Like instead of being on the tram, it's almost cool to experience like just almost like a fly on the wall, I guess. Like when you hear the tram go by and you hear the joke and you hear the people laughing, it's like a certain type of energy too, because like you're just experiencing it from a different viewpoint, I guess, as well. So you guys pick tram and then I pick walk. So I'm once
Tram.
again standing alone.
Yeah, Jeff, no one likes you.
Dang it. Okay. Next. Now you got that. Now you got that in my head with the whole next thing.
Next. I'm just trying to move it along. You said quick. Like,
Oh,
let's get
absolutely.
'em.
Well,
Fire 'em
yeah, we're
off.
basically
Boom,
going
boom.
through 45 questions here. Okay,
Let's
so number
go.
5, guys, when it comes to taking pictures with Mickey at the parks, would you prefer to take a picture with Sorcerer Mickey or Magician Mickey?
Sorcerer Mickey, hands down, easy.
What does Magician Mickey look like again?
Magician, he's behind me on the shelf. I'm not going to get up to get it right now. It's not very close to me, but it's the one outfit that Mickey wore when we took a picture with him at Magic Kingdom, right by Tony's.
Oh, the classic outfit.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorcerer Mickey, hands down.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to agree, even though I never got a photo opportunity with Sorcerer Mickey. Or at least
Me
I just never
neither.
unless I just never took the opportunity to do it. But that's not the point. I just never did it.
Sorcerer's
That's a
Mickey's my
priority
favorite.
on this next trip because
Yeah.
he really is my favorite. And like Phantasmic with Sorcerer Mickey at the end is just like,
Oh, it's a certain energy.
But
that
also, if
can't
you
beat.
go during the 50th anniversary, you have to get a picture with Mickey in his celebration outfit.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It's
true.
It's a different vibe.
Wait, so I don't have a picture of Sorcerer Mickey. Gray doesn't, and Mike, you do or you don't? You don't.
I don't, but we all picked that. So
But
like,
we all did. Okay. So guys, I'm back. I'm back with you guys. I'm back.
Not for long. What's the next question?
Okay, so number 6, and this. Okay, so this question sounds pretty easy. Sounds like a pretty shallow question, right? But like the more you get to thinking about it, which don't think about it too long, but it's pretty tricky. Okay, so with this or that, would you guys prefer Disney parks in the daytime or at nighttime? Ooh.
I'm gonna say nighttime because it's not as hot outside.
Okay.
And I like seeing all the lights on everything. And normally the lines are shorter at night. Not like always, but also like, yeah. Nighttime is a shorter time during the day, which like kind of stinks. But if nighttime was the whole time, I'm here for it.
You wouldn't be mad about it.
I think I'm gonna have to go with nighttime as well because the ambiance of like the lights and everything adds to, especially like in Pandora, like Pandora at nighttime is just like an entirely different like
Oh
scene.
yeah. It's
So,
freaking awesome at nighttime.
Yeah.
and there's a lot of other places that just like at nighttime with the lights on, it's just like a totally different atmosphere. So
At night.
And do you guys think it might have to do something with our age as well? Because I went back and forth on this a couple times in my head, and I was like, I felt like it was a pretty solid question because I was like, there's certain things that you can do in the daytime, and then there's just certain like, I guess, vibes and certain extra things to see at nighttime that kind of makes it a hard decision.
fireworks at nighttime too. So
I was
like
gonna say, yeah,
that,
you have the shows, yeah,
you know,
and Fantasmic. You got to see Sorcerer
true.
Mickey.
Exactly. Full circle here.
So, and but like, do you think it's like because of us our certain age? Because like when I asked my parents that I kind of ran over these questions real quick with my parents the other day, and they both said daytime, which I found interesting.
Because it's longer. Like
Mhm.
daytime's like 8 hours. Nighttime is like 2 hours.
Yeah, because Gray, you have a good point as well. It is cooler. It's like, you know, when the sun goes down and like you're not sweating
It'll
as
be
much.
proven the sun
Oh,
goes-
Gray went into song. Okay, next.
I always go into song. Next.
Next. Okay. So with this next question, number 7, would you guys rather stay on or off resort when visiting Disney World on vacation?
On.
Easily.
Really?
Next question.
Even wow, I don't even get to submit my answer.
No, we don't want your answer next.
See, okay, so the crazy thing is I prefer to stay off now because it's actually cheaper.
I don't care.
So,
You
but
didn't say that money was part of that. You just said which one would you rather do?
true.
Now here's a question for you, Jeff. Though now the cost of your room might be cheaper, but are you also factoring in like a rental vehicle or Uber, like transportation as well, and like other stuff
Mhm.
like that?
Yeah, so it's still cheaper actually because like the last few vacations that I went on, we would get a hotel room or an Airbnb off resort and still get a rental car, and it still saved us like at least $150, 150 to like $200, like surprisingly enough.
Now, where do you typically stay when you would stay on property though?
On property, we usually stay at Pop Century Resort, which is like
Okay.
$250 a night.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Like, if you're like, oh yeah, like I'm saving money because I'm staying off property, but like normally I stay at the Polynesian. I'm like, okay, well, obviously you're gonna save money.
Duh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff, don't be so
okay.
Yeah.
dumb.
All right, yeah.
No, yeah, like I'm usually staying at like a value resort, like Pop
Mm-hmm.
Century. Pop Century is like my family's go-to.
Driving in Florida terrifies me, so like I'd much rather just take a bus or the monorail or the sky. I love the Skyliner, so I like staying at Pop Century or Art of Animation because you have the option to take the Skyliner to Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
the only option, but yeah, the idea of having to drive in Florida is just like not in the cards for me.
Man, so I got kicked out of the
I'm
group
all
and I did it to
alone.
myself again. Okay,
Black
so
sheep.
what was that, Mike?
The black sheep.
Yeah, I'm used to it. It's okay.
All right, Jeff, speed it up. Come on, let's go.
Gray, watch it. I got these good questions. Okay, so Mike, I'm interested to see what you say here. I have a feeling I know what Gray's answer is, but number 8, guys, this or that. Do we prefer the view of Main Street or the view of Sunset Boulevard?
Easy, Main Street. Next.
Man.
Gray just next.
Sunset Boulevard.
I got to pick Sunset as well. And I
Yeah.
think that maybe that's just because that was our DCP home.
I think so too, because like there's a feeling that you get when you're walking down Main Street and like there's usually
Walking down the
crowds and
middle of
stuff.
Main Street,
And it once like
USA.
you get like your first clear shot of the castle and you're like, wow, that's
Oh yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome. But like, I don't know, the vibes of just like walking down Sunset Boulevard with the music and the towers there, and like I don't know, the vibes are so good. And yeah, there's
Yeah.
some sentimental value there too.
Yeah. So okay, so Gray, why exactly did you pick Main Street?
Because Tower of Terror is ugly.
You have such a hate relationship
Oh
with
yeah,
me.
he hates.
I
He hates Tower
hate
of Terror
that
anyway,
ride.
so.
I don't like it. Bring back the Sorcerer Mickey hat as the icon. Why do we have this dumb ride as the icon? Move on. Next.
Yeah, I think Mike has a good point. And like I said, we might be a little bit biased because that was our home park where we worked, but it's just like I don't know, like you could see the tower from backstage, you could see the tower from on stage. You'd be walking across Sunset to go on break into Take 5. And like, I don't know, like it was just like a certain energy. And it was just like, that is like,
But that's what's so special about Main Street is you can't see the castle from anywhere except like on stage, like in the park. So
true.
it's like,
And that's literally what people think about when you think of Disney. You think of Cinderella's castle, and
mhm.
So that's
That was a tough one. I wanted to throw a tough one in there because as soon as I asked that, Mike threw his head back like, oh, like I don't know.
yeah.
I'm glad
That's
that was
tough.
tough for you guys.
You and Tower have such a hate relationship. It
These
breaks
are
my heart.
these are just easy for me. I'm just a definitive person. Like you give me this and that, I'm like, bang, let's
It's
go.
very black and white. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, so guys, number 9. Okay, so this or that. Would you rather rope drop or sleep in and just wait out the crowd?
Rope drop.
Rope drop. I'm a morning person.
Same.
See, I'm getting to the point where I think I'd almost rather sleep in.
Jeff, we can't go to Disney World together anymore. Sorry.
Well, and hey, when we go in January, Gray, when all of us get back together for our reunion, I'll be there at rope drop because they're running the marathons. I'm gonna have to wake up at like 5 in the morning.
Oh, that's so early. 5 in the morning.
I do.
Really?
Gray, when you wake up for work, I'm texting you good night, bro.
I know.
You know this.
So real quick, you want to talk about some extreme rope dropping? During our college program, my girlfriend came down for Christmas and we went to Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day, and I got the bright idea of, hey, it's going to be packed, so we better get there super, super early. So we got there at 3 a.m.
Oh no.
And wouldn't you know, there was nobody there. Literally, like we pulled in and the cast members that were working in the parking lot thought that we worked there. I'm like, no, like we're here to get in the park. They're like, what do you? So yeah, it made for an interesting morning. My girlfriend I thought she would be mad at me, but she just thought it was hilarious. She's like, yeah, this is such a you thing. So
Oh, well, it's one of those things where it's just like you can't even get mad at it because there's so much
Yeah.
effort behind it. You know, it's like when there's effort behind something, you can't be mad at somebody for that.
Yeah.
They're trying.
we
This
didn't
is-
last all day.
So
it's
I
fine.
hope if you guys were like taking some pre-workout or something.
Yeah, we
but-
left at like 1 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what time did everybody start showing up?
I think because they wouldn't like let us past anything, so they basically sent us straight to the Polynesian and we stayed there until like 5. And then I think that's when people started like filing in, and then we ended up getting into the park at like, I think with like getting in, meaning like we got to the turnstiles and stuff at like 6.
Okay. So it's Christmas Day, rope drop around 5 or 6. Future.
Yeah, don't show up at 3 a.m.
Man, that's crazy.
Unless you want to be first.
Yeah.
Then
You
But
wanna
you're
be-
not even gonna still be first because like you're gonna get redirected to all these different ways, and then you're just gonna be behind people anyway.
Man, I'm glad she wasn't mad at you because yeah,
Yeah,
You
she thought it was funny.
yeah, you got to respect the effort.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, as Gray would say,
next.
number 10. Do you guys prefer to watch the theater shows or the parades?
Theater shows.
Mike?
I think I'm gonna have to go theater shows too.
Okay. So why'd you guys pick theater shows?
Because number 1, air conditioning. Number 2, that's it. They're just better.
Yeah, the air conditioning is a big part of it. It's good to like mix up your day and potentially get a snooze in if you need to, quick power nap. But a lot of the shows, like Gray said, are just like better.
I also really hate the like crowd mush of a parade. Like it's just ridiculous. You can't walk anywhere. You have to just stand there until everything passes you. And I just hate that.
And like there's a lot of different like floats and like dances or whatever that they do in the parades. But other than that, there's not a lot of like variety. Like you go to a theater show, you can do like the Frozen sing along, or you can go to like the Beauty and the Beast live action show, or you can go to like a
Oh, yeah.
stream based thing like
Country Bear
Muppets or
Jamboree.
Country Bear Jam. Like there's a lot of different variety.
I was about to say, like, I know this is more so of like a black and white kind of game that we're playing here, but I think like if we were to get into deeper or more specific thing, I think it would almost have to vary park to park. Because like Magic Kingdom, I think I would almost rather see the parades. But like when it comes to studios, I don't really care
Yeah.
about cavalcades. I'd rather just go to Frozen or like anything else other than like the cavalcades, because the cavalcades are like maybe 15 seconds of a good view, and then you're like, all right, next.
You also have to think though, like the parades at Magic Kingdom are like always a parade. The cavalcades at Hollywood Studios like weren't a thing until COVID.
Mhm.
True.
So like I feel like it doesn't really count. Like it's kind of like a fake temporary thing. It's not like we always do this.
Which I wish they did. I mean, they had the the Star Wars thing at center stage there for a while, which I wish they never got rid of, but
I thought
whatever.
that was kind of dumb.
Did you
I
really?
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the show was decent, but like I just hated how they put that giant stage right in front of the Chinese theater.
I
Like
agree. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that like if they did that show, but like not right in front of the Chinese theater, that'd be cool. Like maybe right in front of the launch bay or something.
Ooh, that would have been cool over by Launch Bay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, so moving
How
on.
many you got left?
I have 4 more. Gray. You
Just
rusher.
wondering. I'm just you've been talking for like half an hour. I'm just like
Let me shine. Okay, yeah, we'll rush through these and then we can move on to you guys because I'm ready to answer some questions that I have no idea what I'm gonna be asked. Okay, so when it comes to the 2 water parks, you guys want Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon?
Typhoon Lagoon.
Blizzard Beach because of recency bias. I haven't done Typhoon Lagoon since 1999. So
See, I think I'm gonna have to go with Typhoon Lagoon. That's the most recent one that I went to because Blizzard Beach was closed down and getting refurbed when we were there. But see, I was all about like winter things when I was little. I was like, oh, I love snow. I love snowboarding. Love snow skiing. I want to move there one day. Blah 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 blah. All this stuff. But like now that I'm just like an adult and I'm like, oh, that's a cool theme. Like it's a theme, whatever.
Mhm.
Like Typhoon Lagoon, I think reaches out to me just a little bit more, and I think I enjoyed the rides a little bit more if I remember right.
Fun fact, I've never done either of them, but I just think Typhoon Lagoon's better.
Just by theming or how it looks or what?
From what I've seen online, there's like more rides. They're like more exciting. Like Blizzard Beach has like the one really good like drop slide.
Summit Plummet, yeah.
Yeah. But like Typhoon Lagoon has like good multiple ones.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you're all alone on that.
I guess, you know what? I guess I would probably have to say Typhoon Lagoon because I've done Blizzard Beach sooner. So like getting back to re-experience that would be good.
So you just switched? Are we all on Typhoon boat right now?
Yeah.
Killed it. Burn Blizzard Beach to the ground.
Okay, so now this is a DCP question, Disney College Program question,
Ready for it.
which I think I know the answer to this, but I had to just throw it in there. Okay, so would we prefer to do a spring college program or a fall college program?
Fall.
Fall, yeah. You get all the holidays in the fall.
Yeah. And you're in Florida during like the cold, or at least like I'm from New York. So like being in Florida during like the winter, like fall. Well, I like fall, but like during the winter where it starts to get cold is very nice.
Yeah. See, I think I'm gonna have to go fall as well. And that's another reason why I signed up for the fall is because I was like, okay, in spring, we don't really celebrate anything.
Summer.
So so then
I'm
it's like when
sorry,
it comes to the
guys.
fall, it's like you have Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, like all of these things.
But at the same time, you're also then losing those holidays with your family, which like depending on how close you are with your family, like kind of stinks.
True, but at the same time, okay, I love you, mom and dad. If you guys are watching this episode and all my other family members, that was honestly like top 3 Christmases, Thanksgiving, like the holiday era.
Your
That was
top
on
3
holiday work.
Christmas was working?
dude, I got to work at Disney World on Christmas, and then I got to hang out with you guys on. Well, sorry, Mike, not you. I wish I did, but like with my friend group of like 6, with like all of us for Thanksgiving, and then like I also just got to see like families enjoy their time there for like Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas and New Year's. I got to celebrate
Yeah.
New Year's at Disney Springs. That was also really cool too. So like that was just a very, I mean,
Not
like I said,
I.
sorry, mom and dad, but
1 year of holidays
3.
away from home won't kill you.
yeah,
No, it
absolutely.
does. It doesn't. It won't kill you. But I just hate. Like I worked every single holiday. Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, like every
Yeah.
single one. Like
Mhm.
I didn't get any of them off. And so like that just sucked. It was just like a normal day to me. I didn't get
Yeah.
any holiday spirit out of it.
Yeah, you had a whack schedule, especially with the holidays. You got a
I
little
liked
screwed on that.
I liked working on Thanksgiving because it was the first year that the Bills played on Thanksgiving in quite some time, and we beat the brakes off the Dallas Cowboys. So I got off a shift right when the fourth quarter was starting. So like I brought all my Bills gear with me to work, got changed, watched the rest of the game in the break room, and like just wandered around Hollywood Studios with all my Bills stuff on, and people were just like, "Go Bills, yeah, just watch the game." I'm like, "Yeah." That was a cool memory for me.
It's
Dude,
fun.
I'm from Texas, 2 hours away from Dallas, and I enjoy watching the Cowboys get stomped. So go Bills on that one too. Okay, so I figured that was gonna be easy question. We all three voted fall, obvious reasons. Spring is okay. I did my extension into spring. Not much is going on. So for anybody listening, if you want to do some cool stuff, fall Disney College program for sure. All right. So question number 13. Do we prefer Disney with a college program? Did you have cooler experiences backstage with friends and coworkers, or did you have better experiences on stage with coworkers and guests?
While I was working or in general,
While you were working? Because this involves backstage.
backstage.
I'd say while I was working.
No, like what I'm saying is like,
I mean on stage. I'm sorry.
oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Mike, give your reasoning real quick, and then we'll get Grace.
So there was multiple times, like I'm pretty emotional. So there were multiple times where I would help out like a little kid or like a family or something and just kind of doing your job. And they would have like the little kids would, you'd find out like they had something going on, right? Like there was a little girl who was like a cancer survivor, and she came up and gave me one of those. Like some guests have like little like cards or something that says like "Thank you for making the magic" or whatever. And I straight up had to run in the back because I started crying. So like that was something that was special to me.
Those
And like
situations are
there was,
tough. Yeah.
yeah. And there was another time where there was a woman. She brought her family. It was her and her family's all first time ever being there. She was looking for I think I might have been working with you, Jeff. She was looking for something special for her trip or whatever, and we had like one of like this pin left. And I'm like, I knew I saw this somewhere. I knew I saw it somewhere. So we spent like 20 minutes trying to help this woman find something. Finally found it in the back, and she like started crying, gave me a big hug. She's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And that like made me feel
What?
like
Okay,
I
hold on.
was doing something worthwhile.
Where were you? Like
Maybe
what?
maybe I wasn't. Maybe you were working in the front, like at Oscars or whatever. But I was in Five and Dime.
Okay, so because I want to say I remember you coming over to I was either at Five and Dime over by the like the customized Magic Band section. I forgot what
Yeah.
it was
That's where we
called.
were. That's where we were.
Okay, so because I was about to say I remember like as soon as you told that story, I was like, oh my god, I think I remember that. I
Yeah.
was like, I think I was in Five and Dime over by the
Mhm.
like the customized what's that technology called again?
Whatever it is, where you make your own magic band
I can't believe I forget that stuff now.
or like a screen
I mean, I freaking did it with
case for your
my phone
phone. Yeah.
case, and I don't remember.
But
But
yeah, I
I
like
remember you coming up to me or like being right next to me and like
Mm.
talking about it and like asking me, and I was like, I have no idea.
yeah. So it like made
Hmm.
me feel like I was like making a difference, I guess. The
Absolutely, yeah.
networking with people backstage and everything was cool, but like making the difference in someone's life and potentially someone who needs it, was cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Gray, why'd you pick backstage?
For me, where I worked, backstage was basically on stage. And when I was on stage, all I did was get yelled at, and when I was backstage, I wasn't getting yelled at. So.
Okay, so that would make sense for sure.
Because like for us, like technically, like the cooler was backstage, but it was like right next to where we were like serving food, and so we would just like go in there and like scream or whatever, and then come back out.
I
And it
remember
was more
you
fun
telling
to scream in the
AJ.
cooler.
I remember you telling AJ about that a couple times. You'd be like, "Yeah, to scream in the cooler a couple times." Every time we'd
Sometimes
ask
you
you
just have
about
to
work.
do it. Yeah, sometimes you just have to go in there and like scream, and nobody can hear you because it's a cooler. So
Yeah. Hmm.
good time.
See, I think when it comes to my answer, like I said, I know it's black and white, but I got to get a little specific on why. I think when it comes to like individual reasoning for like me specifically, and like it doesn't really matter about anybody else, and it was just like me as a person, me as a cast member alone, I preferred on stage. Because like you said, making a difference, I'm trying to make a difference, one at a time. And there would be times where I'd be a little bit lazy. Like I had the little case of the lazies on a shift, especially towards the end, especially after all you guys left. I was like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore because I'm not making magic with the friends I've made the last 6 months.
Mhm.
So that's when I kind of preferred more so to be backstage. Um, but when it came to like knowing my coworkers and getting to know my coworkers, I think one of the best places, especially like at Oscars, when you were being like quote unquote a mechanic, but really all you're doing is just cleaning the strollers and wheelchairs. That was like the number one place to get to know everybody. And I even remember having a couple of conversations with you back there too, because you could only talk about so much at guest distribution where you're passing out the strollers. But in the
Right.
mechanics area, you're
You
backstage.
have a
you
little
can-
more candid conversation.
Absolutely. You can talk about something and not necessarily worry about a guest sneaking up on you and hearing something that they don't need to hear. Or like we're just talking about something that does not matter on the clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it just kind of just depends on the situation. Getting to know other people and getting to know my coworkers, I definitely like to backstage. On stage for me personally, or just like for my own selfish reasons, I liked on stage making a difference and creating magic as best as I could, like you said, Mike, for sure. All right. So not to get too serious on that matter, I want to get back in a goofy mood. Shout out to
Gorge.
okay. So I actually got to say it now. I finally got Gray the Goofy Scoop shirt. It took me long enough. We're on season 2. Ridiculous.
It's
It
very
looks
soft.
sharp. It looks clean.
It's very
Freaking
soft.
yeah, co-host over here, and I was slipping. It took me way too long
We
to
don't
get you a
blame you
shirt.
for anything.
I'm sorry, Gray.
We blame him for everything.
Supply chain issues, COVID.
Yeah, supply chain get COVID.
Yeah, the shirt didn't have any chips, so
Yeah.
it took a while. Okay, so number 14, we got 2 more to go. Do you guys prefer? This is also another Disney College program question. Do you guys prefer the old complexes? We got Vista Way, Patterson,
Knew it was coming.
Commons, and Chatham, or do we like the new kind of addition that they're doing, where everybody is all in one complex known as Flamingo Crossing?
I haven't been to the new one, so I can't say for sure. I've only lived in the old ones. But I've heard the new ones are like kind of awful. So
I heard they're cheaply made
No
and almost
kidding.
made too quick.
yep, that's what I heard.
That
they're, like,
doesn't
really-
surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah,
No,
they're
not
like
at all.
really expensive and they're like just like made really cheaply and like things fall apart super quickly.
Oh, for sure.
But it is like kind of nice that you could be together with like all your friends all the time. But we made it work, like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mike, what about you?
I think on one hand, like the new complex looks like a great idea and it looks really nice. But probably would go one, I don't know for certain, and 2, if it is like all cheaply made and whatever, I'd say the old complexes were totally fine. Like you said, you make it work.
Oh yeah. See, I prefer the old way, and I think for 2 reasons. I think when it comes to it's what I know, and it's what I dealt with, and it's what I got to know with the Disney College program. So I don't really like change where I'm just like, oh, what? Like everybody's in one building now, which is cool in an aspect because it would be super nice to be able to hang out with anybody that you'd want to into any time of night instead of having that 2 a.m. curfew that we had, which I thought was a little bit dumb. I could understand if you were in between the ages of 18 to 21 that you had the 2 a.m. curfew, but if you're 21 plus, I didn't think you should have a curfew. That was just me. But I think there's also certain things too where having the separate complexes and not everybody having a car, I think kind of helped a lot. I think it would have not necessarily any topics that I'm going to get specifics on, but I think it would have kept certain things down and not happening.
Tomfoolery.
So yeah, exactly. I think it would have kept that down and not so active instead of putting everybody in one building now, where it's just like, oh, I just got to go 2 floors down and cross the hall, So I think that's what would have helped with having everybody in 4 complexes instead of just one massive building. But yeah, I've heard that they've had washer and dryer issues. The furniture's cheaply made. It was just built too quick, which doesn't surprise me at all. And Mike said the same thing too. So I don't know. Vista Way's couches, you could have a freaking Gray's over here almost gagging.
Sorry, you know those couches are disgusting.
Oh yeah, they definitely need a deep clean. But I can tell you right now, you could literally a semi could drive through that thing and it's gonna break the grill of the semi. Like those things were built to last, bro. Like those things have seen some bad like
Oh,
those things
they have
some fish.
seen. They have seen.
Yeah, if couches could talk.
Oh god.
No, they don't need to.
Yeah, I'm glad they don't.
They've seen too
Like
much.
we said, tomfoolery.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's get back on course. All right. So for the last question, number 15 for Jeff's edition for this and that. Do you guys think it would be a good idea? So I think I know the answer for Mike's just because I saw how he was in our work area and all that. Gray, I don't know how you feel. Would you guys be willing to have a reunion with your fellow cast members in your DCP areas within the next 5 to 10 years?
Heck yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would too, for sure. I think like on some of it, I'd be like, man, it's been like 5 to 10 years. I have no idea what to talk about because it's like I haven't talked to you guys in like 5 to 10 years. But like for instance, like with Mike, I'd be like, Mikey, what's up? But Gray, I mean, obviously I never worked with you, and I sadly never even got to visit you at work.
Yeah, loser. Everyone else came to visit me.
I'm sorry, Gray.
It's fine. It's fine. They got ice cream. You didn't get nothing. That's what you get.
Starts crying. But yeah, so I guess all three of us agree on that as well. Very rarely I run into somebody where I'm like, absolutely not. I'm never going back. I don't even want to talk to you about my Disney college program, blah, 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 blah. I feel like majority of people are very willing to have a reunion.
I loved my coworkers and like the people I worked with. They were great people. I like just the job like wasn't my favorite, but like the people I worked with was awesome.
I feel like the program is voluntary. Like no one in the world is forcing you to do it. So you're surrounding yourself with relatively like-minded individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like you already have that one common interest. And for me personally, I'm not on Facebook anymore, so I don't see as much of the people I met. So it would be nice to catch up.
Yeah, I was going to say that Disney bubble. It's a very cool but very, very dangerous bubble because once you're out of that bubble,
got that right.
Yeah, it's like once you're out of the bubble, it's like you really don't hear from anybody ever. But that's technically with anything. So
yeah,
I don't know. But all right, so we all agree that we'd be willing to have a reunion with our home locations for our Disney college programs. But that concludes my 15 questions. I know that took a little bit longer than what we intended to do. I'm sorry about that, but I wanted to ask some pretty deep questions along with some shallow questions. So I know that they're going to take a little bit of time, but I just didn't want to ask some boring questions where it's like, what's your favorite color? It's like, ugh. Get some deep thoughts going. But okay, so do we want to go ahead? Gray, do we want to start with you, or Mike? Do we want to start with you? What did you guys prefer?
I'll let Mike go first because I think my list I can go like really speed quick at the end if I have to.
Okay.
Yeah, I only have 10, and I think this might be pretty quick too. So yeah, that's fine. Whatever's easier.
All right, let's go with you, Mike.
All right. So my topic is quick service restaurants. I know Jeff said just Magic Kingdom, but I threw in a couple extra stuff in there too. Ooh, so
he's gonna try to throw us off.
Yeah. So the first one is Casey's Corner or Gaston's Tavern.
Casey's.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Casey's as well.
Classic.
Same. Gaston's is all right, but Casey's Corner has those corn dog nuggets that are just
yes.
Yeah, I was about to say they have the corn dog nuggets, really good hot dogs. I'm not a fan of hot dogs, I'm really not. But I mean, Casey's Corner's hot dogs just hit different. And then like with Gaston's Tavern, really the only good thing, I mean, they have like a really good muffin if I remember right, but
it's like a cinnamon roll.
Yeah, cinnamon roll, exactly.
Yeah.
And then they have like LeFu's brew.
LeFu
brew. That was pretty good, but Casey's Corner it's just better. And I mean, it's right there at the front too. So it's I mean, I feel like it's a little bit easier to navigate to and not throw you too off of your routine or your itinerary.
True.
Next.
All right.
It doesn't feel very good, does it, Mike? When he's yelling next at you, does it? No, not at all.
No, but I'm ready though. Pecos Bill or Cosmic Rays?
Oh, easy.
Pecos
Cosmic
Bills.
Rays.
You guys almost instantly different. All right, Jeff, why?
Cosmic rays? Oh, dude, I'm so down to see Sunny Eclipse any time,
It's funny you say that
anywhere in
because
the
I have
galaxy.
a Sunny Eclipse t-shirt on.
Oh,
We
dude.
love that.
Oh, hey, is that
Yeah.
the Lost
We
Bros? Shout
love
out Lost
It
Bros.
is. Shout
Dude,
out.
I remember
shout
seeing.
out.
I love
Yes,
them.
I wanted that
Me
shirt
too.
so bad. I love the Lost Bros.
Me too. I probably have more Lost Bros clothes than I have anything else.
Same.
But yeah, okay, so Sunny Eclipse solid. But as far as food,
I mean, it's just a
Pecos Bills.
typical amusement park burger. I mean, you're spending like $21 by the time you get a burger, fries, and a
True.
drink. But I mean, it's amusement park prices. I went to Six Flags just the other day, spent the same amount of money for basically the same food. And Six Flags is nothing in comparison to Magic Kingdom and Disney World. So
Gray, you immediately said Pecos Bills as Jeff was immediately answering Cosmic Rays.
Their nachos are so good. Like it's just like
And they have that
really
like
good
salsa
nachos.
bar too.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just wait. I love Sunny Eclipse. Cosmic Rays, you can get their food at like anywhere in like all the parks. Pecos
Yeah.
Bills. Just
I
really
have to
good.
agree. The ambiance is better at Cosmic Rays because of Sunny Eclipse, but Pecos Bills has better food and more seating. So I'd have to go with them.
I will agree. Pecos Bill is better in the daytime. Cosmic Rays is
Mhm.
better at night, just because it
That's a
has
good
like
point,
more
yeah.
so of a feel with like Sunny Eclipse on stage and everything like that. I don't know. Like every time I see it, I can always just hear one of the two songs is like it is Sunny Eclipse.
Yeah.
That one or the one where it's like Space Angel. It's like Space Angel, Space Angel.
The
I
songs
think I'm
are
a little
awesome.
off on that, but
Great.
It's fine. All right. Next one. Pinocchio Village House or Friar's Nook.
I've never been to Friar's Nook, so I'm gonna have to go Pinocchio's. My mom and I ate there twice during our last trip.
okay.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm trying to think. What Friar's Nook? Where is that? I'm drawing a
Friar's
blank.
Nook is by the carousel and like where Sir Mickey's is.
Oh, okay. It's like a little. Let's say they don't really
Like
have
a
like any
little like a
seating.
window pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
there's
about
like
to
a
say they
couple
don't.
benches and stuff.
Yeah, it's not like Pinocchio's house at all. Like Pinocchio's has inside
No,
and
they're
outside
they're
seating.
very different. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Pinocchio just for the simple fact of I don't think I've ever bought anything, and if I have, it was like a soft drink at Friar's Nook. Pinocchio's house, I've been there at least 2 or 3 times throughout the years.
Friar's Nook has some of the best breakfast items that you can get at Magic Kingdom.
Wait,
So
okay, so
I
I'm
think
not a
I have
huge-
heard that. I think I have heard
yeah,
I'm not a huge breakfast eater, but
Okay.
like, what do they have though?
they have these they're like wow they're like tater tots with like breakfast gravy on them that you can get, and they have breakfast sandwiches that are very good. So it's a
Man,
nice
that
little, I
actually-
guess, okay, there's not a lot of options, but like they have, a couple breakfast sandwich options and these like breakfast gravy tater tots that are very good. So
Hey, you
I
don't
like
have to have
I like Friar's Nook.
you don't have to have a whole lot of options as long as the 1 or 2 options is like phenomenal. So
It's true. That's
that
true.
does sound good.
Yeah. But Pinocchio's Village is like obviously solid. There's a lot of options. The seating is
Yeah.
great. You can see it's a small world. It's perfect.
Oh, for
All
sure.
right. Next, Aloha Isle or Sunshine Tree Terrace.
I love Sunshine Tree Terrace because I like the orange Dole Whip better than the regular Dole Whip.
Do
Do you
Everyone's
really?
like, yeah, I do.
Just because of the color gray? Because I know your favorite color is orange.
No, my favorite color is orange. No, I like the taste of it better. I like the pineapple Dole Whip, but I like the orange better.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go. I keep stuttering my words so bad tonight. I think I'm gonna have to go with Aloha Isle for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think I've ever had the orange Dole Whip, but the OG Dole Whip's great.
I don't know if Aloha Isle has it or if it's just at Sunshine, but the Sunshine Tree Terrace also has like a Dole Whip floats.
Yeah.
And they usually have like specialty ones too. So they had I remember I got like the backside of water, which was like a blue Dole Whip with like a like a fruit roll up thing on it to look like
What?
like a waterfall. So that was cool. And they also have the it's called I Lava You float that's like very good too. It's the orange with like a like red like soda beverage like in it, and it's very good.
Dude, there's so much about Disney that I've like. That's a one
You learn
bummer.
some new stuff. You're just like, what?
Yeah, where I'm
We
just
lived
like,
there for 6 months and you still don't know.
Yeah,
I
for
didn't
real.
have enough money to know.
I know. That's the truth. That's the truth.
That is the truth.
I'd be like, I'd check my bank account and be like 750. All right, we're getting a pretzel at noon. Let's go. But
All
yeah,
right.
okay.
So
So
now that was my last one for Magic Kingdom. So now we're gonna branch off and do a couple for Hollywood Studios,
oh
which is my
snap.
favorite park. Woody's Lunchbox or Ronto Roasters.
Oh, Woody's
Woody's
Lunchbox, hands down.
lunchbox, hands down. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that one was pretty easy. That
Ronto's
Lunchbox
doesn't even
tart.
have like some of their foods like burnt like on purpose. I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I went up and looked at the menu and saw some of the images, I'm just like, this doesn't even look appealing. And then you go to Woody's Lunchbox and you're like, tachos? Hell yeah.
Amazing. Whoever invented the tachos at Woody's Lunchbox just deserves give them all the
genius.
money.
Oh yeah,
All right. So easy enough. Next one,
easy.
Hollywood Scoops or Epic Eats.
Hmm.
Where's Epic Eats again?
It's where Miranda worked, Gray.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I have to go Epic Eats just because Miranda worked at the
Dude, I was gonna say Epic. I love ice cream, but dude, that one time I got that funnel cake for my vlog at Epic Eats. I mean, granted, I had diabetes afterwards, but I'm gonna have to go with Epic Eats. That funnel cake was phenomenal. It's so good.
The funnel cakes are good, but the one time I went to Epic Eats on my college program, they messed up my order and then told me it was my fault. So Hollywood Scoops by default.
What?
boo.
Who told? Wow. So
Honestly, it was
bad.
probably Miranda.
I was about to
No,
say
it
I was like,
was this giant guy. He was huge.
oh yeah, definitely not Miranda.
Yeah. No, I told him what I wanted, and then like I basically just got a plain funnel cake. I was like, I ordered whatever. And the guy was like, no, you're not. No, you didn't. You ordered this. I was like, but look at my receipt. And he's like, oh well, sorry. And I'm like, dude,
Oh
Are you
yeah,
kidding
that
me?
yeah, that would have pissed me
Like,
off. I'd have
bro.
been like, dude, come on.
That guy should be fired. Next.
I was like,
Yeah.
all right, screw this place. All
Not so
right.
epic after all.
Now, all right, last one for Hollywood Studios, ABC Commissary or Backlot Express.
Backlot Express.
I agree, backlot as well.
Yep, same. Cool.
I was gonna say,
Any
okay,
input?
because like ABC, like they have some pretty good options. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not because like they have like ribs and stuff, don't they?
Mhm.
But it's just
The
like I feel
food
like for
options
ABC
are
commissary for like a quick service and you're getting ribs, I'm like, those can't be high quality ribs. Like they're just like, you know what I mean?
the food options are like decent at ABC Commissary, but I love the atmosphere of the Backlot Express.
Well, it just makes so much more sense at backlot. You know, like the theming. I really enjoy the theming as well. So
Any
Yeah.
bad Gray?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Fair enough.
Next.
I like
All
how on majority of these, I like how majority of us or majority of the time we are all three on the same wavelength.
That's because food is like there's a good right answer and a wrong answer, you know, like
More often than not, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no
I mean, even with the questions that I had though, like we were all we tended to be on the same wavelength. At least you and Mike were for sure.
Yep. All right. Now we're gonna transition Animal Kingdom. An Andapur ice cream truck or Dino Bite Snacks.
I've
What was the
never
first
eaten
one?
at either of those places.
Oh man, you guys are missing out.
Wait,
So
that's not true. Isn't Dino Bite Snacks the like little trailer in Dino Land?
yeah, like it's almost like right when you walk in on the right hand side where they have like ice cream and stuff.
I'm gonna choose that one.
And then an Andapur ice cream truck is right by Expedition Everest, kind of. Where it's an ice cream truck.
I'm gonna go the Dino
Sick.
Bites because one time they gave me a cup of water and it was like the best cup of water I've ever had in my life. So
Fair enough.
shout out them.
How? Wait, which one was it? Dino Bites or was it
Dino
the?
Bites.
Yeah.
that has the bougie water. That's good to know.
Bougie.
Man, I haven't been to either of them, but I think I'm just gonna have to go with. I don't even know how to pronounce it. How was it again? Andapur.
An Anandapur.
Anandapur. I think I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
go with that one just because I love that section.
Mhm.
My-
Yeah, yeah, the Anandapur ice cream truck also usually is the one that has like specialty cones and stuff, so I enjoy that. All right, last one in Animal Kingdom is Satuli Canteen or Restaurantosaurus.
Mm.
Satuli Canteen.
I think I'm gonna have to go Restaurantosaurus. I know that sounds like I'm trying to like throw
Satuli's
Gray off.
Satuli's dumplings are like really good.
I think Satuli Canteen is the best quick service a restaurant on property,
It's yeah,
hands down.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Mhm.
They
It's
have
easily
fun
my
drinks
favorite.
too with the little boba pop things in them.
Yeah. It's a healthy food option and it's
Mhm.
delicious and there's a variety as of what you can put on your bowl. So
It's like the only place in Disney that like there's like healthy options. Most everything's like
Yeah.
a burger or chicken tenders. Like that's all
and
you
it
get.
fits and it fits perfectly with the theming of Pandora too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Jeff, why Restaurantosaurus?
dude, I just find myself at Restaurantosaurus all the time. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just find myself in that section every time, but I got to pick Restaurantosaurus because that's what I know, and that's where I've
Fair
just gone the
enough.
most out of the two. I don't even think I've gone to the other one.
You're missing out, man.
It's
That's
good.
where
You
the
should
cheese
try it.
the cheeseburger pods
Those
too.
are so good.
Because I usually go to Pongu Pongu.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What was the name
I've
of the
never
other
been
one?
there.
I have such a hard time with the
Satuli's.
Satuli's, yeah.
I've never been to Pongu Pongu.
Pongu Pongu's got some really good like boba drinks too, alcoholic or non-alcoholic.
Yeah. I've seen it, but I've never been there. All right, last one. This isn't a restaurant per se, but like a collection of them. Epcot, we're going to Epcot here. The Epcot food and wine stands or the Festival of the Holiday stands.
Oh man,
Ooh.
the last one is super hard.
I'm gonna have to go Festival of the Holidays because I love cookies. Cookies are
Mhm.
like my favorite dessert, and so
Yeah.
there's lots of cookies. I'm gonna go with that one.
I think I'm gonna have to go like the food and wine.
Yeah, that was tough. I like the atmosphere of the Festival of the Holidays more, and I also love cookies. And seeing like what different foods, different cultures have around the holidays is really cool. But I think food and wine just has a different variety.
It's true.
Well, see, like I'm also weird though too, because like Festival of the Holidays. Okay, so what's like the start date to the end date of the Festival of the Holidays?
Like November
Yeah, I think it
12th
goes in November till like
through like
That-
January 5th
Mhm.
or something.
So it's basically like the Christmas festival, right?
yeah.
See, like I don't know, like I'm weird. Like when it comes to Animal Kingdom and Epcot, I really don't care for the like decorations or like the theming of Christmas. Like I only care about it at Studios and Magic Kingdom. So it's like I
Well,
don't
I mean, Animal Kingdom really only has like the tree, right? Like the Christmas tree in the front.
Well,
Like, do
they-
they have
yeah,
really
they do, like,
decorations?
I think they do like small stuff like here or there. I know like the
Animal Kingdom, they have like garland on all the posts.
Oh, and then they have
wreaths
like
on doors.
those little like people
The
that have like the
puppets.
puppets. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
cool.
I was just saying then like the little robot thing in front of Pongu Pongo has like a Santa Claus hat on with like a beard.
Yeah, it has lights all over
Like
it.
very small stuff.
Mhm.
But it's good. It's so good.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with food and wine.
Fair enough. That makes sense. All right,
Yeah.
that's the end of my list.
Those were good questions.
Great job.
The last one was the hardest one, I think.
Yeah,
I
had
agree.
that.
That was the hardest one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a lot, but these are going to be quick and easy. So I tried to kind of like put the attractions together with like what they're similar to, but some of them are just going to be like, that's stupid. Okay.
Which is fine.
First one.
Which is fine.
This or that. Space Mountain, Splash Mountain.
Space.
Space Mountain too. I love Splash Mountain, but space is iconic.
There's
Lame.
no chance
Splash
of getting
Mountain, all
wet
the way.
on Space Mountain. So
Yeah.
True.
Okay, next one. People Mover or Skyliner?
people mover.
People mover.
It's the
That's what
best
I
ride for
figured.
people watching.
That's what I figured. I like couldn't think of something that's like similar to the People Mover, so I put the Skyliner, but it's like
The Skyliner is very cool too. We love the Skyliner, but
But
it's just so
technically,
slow.
do we want to count Skyliner as an attraction?
I feel like it's not. I just couldn't think of anything that's similar to the People Mover.
Because I
just wanted
could
to
see how it
compare
could be transportation and an attraction.
the People Mover or
No,
the Skyliner.
Skyliner.
Technically, the People Mover is put there specifically for transportation. So
Mhm.
basically, it's also transportation.
That's a trick.
It just
question.
happens to move you
it's
from
Tomorrowland Transit Authority.
yeah. It
Yeah.
just happens to move you from one spot to the exact same spot at the end.
Yeah.
But, like
Point A and point B is the same point.
yeah, it's fine. All right, next up, Slinky Dog Dash or Seven Dwarves Mine Train.
Wow. Slinky. Dude, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I have
Neither.
many a reason
Get
to hate
out.
that ride.
Mike,
Neither.
kick Mike out of this. Kick Mike out of this call.
Mike said skip.
I gotta go Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. I love Toy Story and I
No.
love Slinky Dog Dash, but I think they're both overhyped, honestly.
Oh, of
What's the
course
best
they're
ride?
both overhyped, but you got to pick one.
Slinky Dog. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta go Slinky Dog. Seven. Yeah, the wait is so long for Seven
Yeah.
For
Dwarfs
seven,
Mine Train.
yeah.
I hate
for
it.
no
Like,
reason
It's
Slinky-
like
at
that for
all.
it's like that for Slinky too, and Slinky is outside.
Yeah, very true. But I would ride Slinky Dog over and over again before I even did Mine Train.
Yeah,
once.
I think
So,
Mine
I would
Train is
too.
more underwhelming.
oh, 100%.
I
And there's
But I
only
nothing
like
wrong-
rode.
I like the animatronics.
Yeah.
And if you ride it at the right time at nighttime, you get a good look at like the castle and like the fireworks and stuff. So that's cool
Yeah.
too.
Well, see, I also, to add a little bit of backstory to why I got to pick Slinky as well. Other than the simple fact of when you ride the ride, there's nothing better than just hearing the whoa. But when I was, you know what I'm talking about, Gray, right?
Of
Yeah.
course, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
I was
about.
about to say, why are you looking at me like that? But when I was doing Heart of House on a shift and I had to work Toy Story one morning and I was stalking by myself, I had my headphones in. First time I ever heard Circles by Post Malone as well. So I'm just vibing and I'm just stalking one of the carts, right? Well, then like 4:00, I have a heart attack because all of a sudden I just hear behind me, whoa, because they started testing the rides out. They started testing Slinky out at like 4:30. Get ready for everybody for like the extra magic hours.
I love that.
Dude. And about that same time, like all the other lights started like coming on, and Toy Story Land started coming to life. So then, like ever since then, I was like, I have a small bond with Slinky Dog Dash, and then I haven't even rode it yet. But
And all the toys started coming to life, and then Jeff was a toy, and there was
Yeah.
Woody. And
well, just like you're sitting there, it's like every 30 seconds, 45 seconds, whoa, and then it's like you'd hear Rex be up
And
there,
you were not ready for it.
Jesse! Yeah,
here we go. Okay. All right, next. Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway or the Three Caballeros.
Man.
This is such a hard question, but it's I know my answer, but I also just have corny reasons as well. I'm gonna have to go with Runaway, of course.
I know
Yeah, same.
I know you both were gonna say that.
But you're gonna say Three Caballeros.
I love the Three Caballeros. I've also only ridden Runaway Railway once. And like it was fun, but the Three Caballeros is close to my heart.
The first time I rode Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, right at the like water scene, the ride stopped working. So, but like the only thing that stopped working was the audio. So like you went underwater and then all the sound cut off, and I was like, this is a weird thing for the ride to do. Like maybe it's because you're underwater, so like you can't hear as well. Like I thought it was part of the ride, so that was kind of funny.
Oh, dang.
My friend group, like my roommates and stuff from my college program, have like a personal bond with Three Caballeros, so they're gonna hate my answer. So sorry, guys.
The Three Caballeros is just like so corny, and I just remember like
Caballeros.
I remember just writing it.
The song
on my
is amazing.
DCP. Yeah, oh yeah. The
They say
birds
they
of
are
a
birds of a
feather.
feather.
Listen to it on
But-
Spotify a lot.
Same.
But like when it comes to Three Caballeros, I only have good memories with it and like corny memories with it because nobody ever wanted to ride it when I was hanging out with a group on my college program. Well, except for you, Gray. You're your special breed.
Jeff,
So
that
feel
was
special.
the first ride that we rode together on my last day.
It was, yeah. I forgot about that. Sorry.
It's fine. Next is Dumbo or Aladdin's magic carpets.
Aladdin. He had the spitting camel. How can you beat that?
Mm, I'm gonna go Dumbo because it's iconic.
I'm
But
also going Dumbo because of
Give
the
or take, whatever.
classic of it. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, they're the same ride, so.
But you guys can see a whole new world.
Oh, new world. Yeah, but you can fly on a magic carpet anywhere you go. You can only fly in an elephant in one place.
True. I don't know. I mean, I enjoy watching the camel spit on people, unless it's me, and then it's like,
Then it's even funnier.
But it's kind of refreshing on a hot day.
Yeah, true.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
I
up
don't know.
next we have Buzz Lightyear Ranger Spin or whatever it's called, or Toy Story Mania.
Mania.
Based off of how Grace said that, and just like how he didn't care to even finish the correct name. I mean, I have to go with Mania as well, but all three of us are going to say Mania.
See, that's the thing. We don't have to care about the real name of it because Mania is better. That's all that matters.
Buzz,
you're
the
also-
Buzz
you're also-
Lightyear.
Go ahead,
What were
Mike.
you say? The Buzz Lightyear ride is in desperate need of a refurb.
Amen.
Yeah. And they need to figure out their fast pass little line situation. I know Grace still salty with them about that.
Always salty about that. I was standing in line and didn't move but one step for 35 minutes. That's ridiculous, but that's like a whole other episode that I can complain about for an hour.
When you guys get into a queue, do you time yourself to see like how accurate the times are?
I do.
Usually if it's over
Yeah, I
an
do that
hour.
too.
If it's over an hour, that's usually when I check it. But if it's like 60 minutes, closer to like 45 minutes or less, I don't really care. But
Okay.
if it's like pushing 60 or above, I'm just like, all right, what time is it?
This next one is really hard for me, but it's probably gonna be super easy for you guys. Festival of the Lion King, or for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along story.
Festival.
Jeff says
I think I have to go Festival of the Lion King. Well, you know what? No, actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go with Frozen Ever After because the last time I did the Festival of the Lion King show was during COVID, and they took like the monkeys out,
tumble
and the
monkeys,
tumble monkeys, and there
yeah.
was something else that was taken out. So I was like,
But see,
But
that
the
was a
Frozen
different
sing-along
show. During
show.
COVID, it was called the celebration of the Festival of the Lion King.
oh,
But with the tumble monkeys, it's just called the
okay.
Festival of the Lion King.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, then
then-
I'll
yeah.
go Festival of the Lion King then.
Good choice. I also chose the Festival of the Lion King, but I just have to give a shout out to Kylie and my man Christopher. Christopher has no idea who I am, but every time I went to that show, he was always working, and he just made my day every time. I'm like, oh look, it's my dude Christopher. What's up? Yeah, he has no idea who I am, but I know
You might have
exactly
made
who he
his
is.
day too. You don't ever know.
Maybe. Okay. Test Track or Big Thunder Mountain?
Big Thunder Mountain.
I'd have to say Big Thunder as well, especially since ever since COVID started, you can't really design your own car. So it's just like, I don't really feel like a competitive notion anymore. I really don't care whose car wins when it comes to aerodynamics and stuff
That's
like
true.
that.
I will say my mom and I designed our own car when we went in February, and it like didn't work when you went through the ride. Like it didn't come up on the screen ever.
Yeah.
So it was dumb.
I strongly dislike new Test Track. So
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, the old one was way better. Big
Way
Thunder is
even
just
that's so
solid.
unreliable.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, Living with the Land or Finding Nemo?
Living with the Land.
Nemo.
Ooh. I honestly don't know. I love both of them.
Living with the Land is the last beacon of light for OG Epcot.
That's true.
It's the last little bit of edutainment.
Edutainment. That's like
That's a
a magic
yeah.
wording. That's a
Oh, yeah.
word.
That was the
Edutainment.
whole OG Epcot was like trying
Yeah.
to educate while entertaining.
There's so
Yeah.
many Living with the Land stands, and I do stand Living with the Land. It's a fantastic ride. But I think when I get on Finding Nemo, it just like puts me into like a comfortable, like, zen. There was one day I rode that ride 4 times in a row, and I'm
Oh,
not even mad
heck
about
yeah.
it.
See, okay. You gotta love Finding Nemo though, because I mean, by the time you get off the ride, it spits you out into an aquarium. Like, how can you not? How can you not love that?
It's true.
It's true.
I also just love the queue line for Finding Nemo, just like a perfect.
The Finding Nemo
Yeah.
overlay over, I don't remember what it was. I think it was called the Living Seas, the
Yeah.
original one. I think the Finding Nemo overlay was probably like a welcoming touch because I remember being a kid and doing the Living Seas and be like, this is kind of scary. And now like
Yeah.
the Finding Nemo thing is like more welcoming for all audiences.
That's true.
I can see that as well. Yeah, that's a
All
good.
right,
That's a really good point.
This next one's a good one. Kilimanjaro safaris or Jungle Cruise.
Oh,
Safari.
bro.
Mike says safari. All right.
Gray, what's your
I
answer?
think the Jungle Cruise is overrated.
Oh,
I
oh man.
I stand the Jungle Cruise and the Jingle Cruise, Jeffrey friend. I don't care how old I am. I will always laugh at every joke that I've heard a billion times. And I do love the safaris. It has a special place in my heart. But I could fall asleep on that ride.
Dude, that's pretty hard. I think I'm just gonna have to go with. I don't want to go with Kilimanjaro Safaris, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Kilimanjaro Safaris just for the simple fact of, yeah, you might not see all of the animals every time. However, did you guys lose audio or no? I know Gray did.
I can still hear you.
Okay. Let me pause it real quick.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I don't want to go with Kilimanjaro Safaris, but I think I have to go with Kilimanjaro Safaris just for the simple fact of every time you go on the ride, it's a different outcome. However, the only downside to that is you might not see all of the animals if you ride it just one time. Like you have to ride Kilimanjaro Safaris. I think me personally, I think you have to ride it at least 3 or 4 times. And they're all going to be different experiences. You're going to see different things in different ways. Like the last
You
time I
have
went
to-
on, go ahead.
You have to do it at different times of the day. Like if you ride it at 2:00 every single time you ride it, it will be different, but it's like going to be the same. Like you
Oh,
have to do it
absolutely,
at
yeah.
different times.
Yeah. Like the last time I rode Kilimanjaro Safaris, a rhino like walked behind the truck, like super close too. And I was like, this is a first. You know, like, I've
Give
been
it a
going
little
to
smack
Disney.
as it
Awesome.
walked by.
We had the last time I
Rhino.
rode it. The last time we rode it, there was an ostrich that just like walked right in front of our car and just like stood there and just like stared at us like this. I'm like, what is this thing? What are
Scary.
you doing? It stayed there for, I have like a 60-second video of this thing just standing in front of our car, just like staring at us, just bobbing its head
La,
around.
la.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, and
just
that's
like-
cool because you don't get that on the Jungle Cruise. Jungle
Yeah.
Cruise is all animatronics. So
Mhm.
Okay.
and they took Trader Sam out. I'm still salty about that.
Yeah, well. I have 7 left, so we have to go quick. Pirates or Frozen Ever After?
Pirates, easy.
Pirates, easy.
Yeah, Pirates for me too.
Pirates life for me.
Haunted Mansion or Tower of Terror?
Oh, dang it.
Tower. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Disney ride.
Sorry.
Oh, guys, I really don't know. This is actually really hard. I
I
did
wrote
not mean
this
to
one
have.
specifically for Jeff. I was like, Haunted Mansion or something else that Jeff really loves.
Dude, like that's such a hard question because they both have to do with like hauntings. They both have to do with incredible backstories. And
But they're
like
both so different.
yeah, but they're
Yeah.
both so different at the same time.
One is for children and one is for weird people.
I embrace my weirdness to the max.
Oh, me, absolutely, me too. Anytime somebody's like, "You're weird," I'm like, "Yeah, hang on for the ride." Dude, okay, I'm gonna have to go with Tower. I stared at her almost every day for 6 to 8 months. Like I
You're
can't
right.
just
You're right.
I can't just break
Okay.
her heart like that. You
This
gotta stay
next one is
faithful.
really, really good. It's Tough to Be a Bug or Tomorrowland Speedway.
I love It's Tough to Be a Bug. I
Get
do it every
out.
time.
Do you really?
I love it. Yep. And one of my roommates from my college program worked there. So I have more of a like personal connection to it. I love It's Tough to Be a Bug. And the Hopper animatronic is so sick.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
the
a
Hopper
that's a
animatronic
no-brainer.
is. Yeah, I was
And
gonna
the
say,
Tomorrowland Speedway sucks.
dude, the first time I ever saw the animatronic of Hopper, I was like, "Oh, this is actually pretty scary."
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, okay, that's on. Like, and no matter what, you both get a sensation in your seat on both of these attractions. So, I mean, no matter what, your butt is having issues on either
One
of
of
these
them's just
attractions.
planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to say, outside of the Disney College program, I'm gonna have to go with It's Tough to Be a Bug. Inside of the college program, I'm gonna have to go with Speedway, just because I had two or three friends that worked at Speedway, so it was always nice to visit them and ding 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 on the track while I try to say hi to them.
Choose It's Tough to Be a Bug because now I know how to sit on the seats, and I just laugh at other people when they get stabbed in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Small World or Winnie the Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh.
Whew, those are both pretty torturous. I think I might have to go with Winnie the Pooh, though.
I'm a classic Small World kind of guy. Okay. Peter Pan or Alien Saucer Spin?
Peter Pan.
Yeah, Peter Pan.
Alien Saucer
Classic.
Spin all day.
Whoa.
Really? Why?
I don't understand why everyone's like, Peter Pan's such an amazing ride. I don't get it.
I
It's
won't
not that
ride it
cool.
if it's longer than a 45-minute wait.
I won't ride it if it's longer than a 15-minute wait.
I love the Peter
That's
Pan
not
ride, but I'm not gonna wait to do it.
See, but
There's-
Gray, I can also kind of throw this back at you, though. When you said it's not about money, it's just about this or that. It doesn't matter about wait times. Even though we've been
Okay.
talking about wait times
Okay,
for the
fine.
last hour and a half.
Okay,
But
wait times not included. Alien Saucer Spin.
still, okay. That didn't change.
Because I
anything.
have fun on that ride. I like wee go back and forth. But on Peter Pan, it's like, oh look, it's a tiny cardboard clock tower.
I think flying
it's
over
just-
London is cool.
Dude.
And like, I don't know, the fact that it's like, I mean, they've had some refurbs, but it's the attraction, like in general, has kind of like withstood this, whatever you say about time. It's lasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I was gonna say.
See, I like when they redid the queue. I know that's not the ride, but when they redid the queue, it was also
Yeah, the
nice to
queue is
sit in
cool.
line and
Yeah,
everything.
I mean the queue is definitely part of it, but I still just I don't know.
I don't know.
like to
I
have
ju-
fun.
I can't crap on anything Peter Pan themed just for the simple fact of, like, my parents just say that I'm a lost boy and I have issues trying to like grow up. So shout out to my
I
parents
feel
for that.
that.
Okay,
But I think that I just kind of embrace that.
That's true. I have two left. Smuggler's Run or Star Tours?
Star Tours.
Also, dude, that's great. You got some like hard questions to the point where it really like
Thank
makes me
you.
think about which rides I want to ride. Like, I
And
didn't
I
think
came up with all of these 2 minutes before we started. I know. I'm good. It's like I should have my own podcast or something.
Oh man, dude, honestly, I think I'm gonna have to go Star Tours as well. Ever since they updated it and actually like recalibrated the 3D screens and everything like that, and added like the new villains like Kylo Ren and all that, I think I'm gonna have to go Star Tours. Smuggler's Run is cool, but it was a huge letdown when I first wrote it. I was like, guys, this is all that we got with new technology, and you guys are opening up a new world. Like, this is it.
Yeah, I
don't-
agree. Star Tours is just Smuggler's Run was a letdown. Unless you're the pilot, it's not fun.
Yeah, and if you don't, if you don't have a good pilot either, like just kind of drive around. Star Tours was the first Disney ride I ever rode, so it's got a special place in my heart.
Oh yeah, that's why you answered so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, this last one, I know how you guys are going to answer, but to me, they're like the same level. Muppet Vision 3D or Lightning McQueen's Race Academy.
Some of the ways that you're like presenting these questions with your face, where you're just like, I know the answer.
I've never done Lightning McQueen Racing Academy.
Get out. It's so good.
And every time I go, I'm like, I gotta do this. And then I just never do it.
It needs to be on your list. It's always a short wait time.
Oh, it's on the list. It's been on the list.
Well,
But
make
by
it number
default,
one this time.
Muppets.
Great. I think I'm actually going to throw you off on this. I think I'm actually going to go with Muppet Vision 3D.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, never mind then.
Boom, got him.
You like went and saw Muppet Vision 3D on your first day of work.
Yeah, that's why I would. On with the
Like,
show.
that's-
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
we got rained out and we literally watched Muppet Vision 3D to take a rain break, basically, and it just That's the only thing I like about that ride was every time I think about it, I'm like, that was such a solid day. And I had
No, I
idea
knew-
what I was in store for.
I knew that's what you were gonna say. I know you too well, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say also Muppet Vision 3D, but I do love the Race Academy because there's this, I saw it like 5 or 6 times. There's this one guy that worked there that was like so excited every time. And like there were these trivia questions would come up about like the movie Cars. And you know he's seen these questions 1.5 billion times, but he was like, "Oh my gosh, is it Lightning McQueen or Sally? Which one do you think it is?" Out of like he got really into it, and I was like, "That's the guy. He should work here."
Yeah, that's what makes it a lot better. Absolutely.
Anyway, that was game time on the Goofy Scoop.
Oh, so that was your last one. We went through the
That was
last
it.
7 really quickly.
Yeah, I told you I like it lightning fast. We don't need to sit here and ponder over it. We make our decision and move on.
Very true. Very true. Sometimes you just have to do that for the itinerary. in
When
Disney
you're at
World.
Disney World with me, we're not going to be like, "Oh, well, what if the wait time goes down?" No, we're crossing the park 10 million times. We're going boom, 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 boom. Get it done.
All right. Well, I guess that concludes episode number 3 here on the Goofy Scoop podcast. Mike,
Season
once
2.
again, yeah, season 2. Don't forget season 2, episode 3. But Mike, thank you for joining us once again here on the Goofy Scoop podcast. You're always welcome back. I'm sure I'm going to invite you back. Well, not even I'm sure. I am going to invite you back. It's up to you if you're coming back or not. But
It's always fun.
We
Yeah, for
understand
sure.
if you don't want to come back because of Jeff.
just because I like to disagree every once in a while. But however, yeah, guys, if you guys aren't following us on Instagram at the Goofy Scoop, please do so by now. I don't even think you have an excuse at this point if you're not. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, that's where you can find us for this podcast as well. If you guys are listening to us on one and want to find us on another, please do so. However, I think I don't really have anything else to say. You guys have anything else to add?
Thank you for listening to the Goofy Scoop.
Oh, great. Just created a ending. Okay, I might have to keep that.
You should just
Keep
use
it-
that. Just
keep
end
it
the
on a
podcast
loop.
right there. Boop.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Bye.
Bye.